Questions are being raised about the circumstances that led to the loss of Kenyan soldiers in the Al-Shabaab ambush at Adde in Somalia on Friday. The government has been economical with information, opening the gates for speculation. Tonight, our investigative reporter Dennis Onsarigo seeks to join the pieces of the puzzle that claimed the lives of almost an entire company, with several of the survivors still reported missing.
When KDF made its first incursion into Somalia, I was there to witness one of the largest military march-on into a foreign country. 6 years later, after registering major victories against the ragtag militia Shabaab, KDF has suffered perhaps one of its biggest setbacks. A unknown number of its soldiers have died, missing, and some now in the hands of the enemy. The raid at Adde, a loose translation of the White Well, now termed the Red Killing Fields, was a cleverly coordinated affair. Intelligence reports are indicating that Al-Shabaab might have gotten assistance from Ethiopian militia. But details are now emerging that maybe Al-Shabaab had insider information about the attack, with senior military intelligence officials telling KTN that the military intelligence unit might have gotten wind of the attack weeks before it occurred.
The family of KDF.
The more unsettling reports indicate that the military camp might have been blown up by powerful explosives mounted on 4 motor vehicles. The attack occurred 2 weeks after a new group of soldiers arrived in Somalia. Mohammed Abdullah, an expert on Somali affairs, says the attack occurred in the most difficult regions to police.
The Kenyan sector is one of the most dangerous areas, especially the northern part towards the Ethiopia border, Kenya border, near Mandera. It's a very difficult area to defend, and I would say more or less that the Kenyan soldiers were sitting ducks in a way. Burundi and the Ugandan troops are actually living in barracks which are impenetrable in many ways.
Intelligence officials have told KTN efforts to scramble helicopters to reinforce the KDF soldiers battling Al-Shabaab were made difficult because military choppers could not fly low. Most of them were not fitted with anti-missile gadgets. The military camp is said to have held more than 200 KDF soldiers, some newly recruited. KTN has learned that 13 KDF soldiers who engaged Al-Shabaab in a gunfight have since arrived in a town controlled by the Somali National Army.
Kenya, Ethiopia, and Djibouti, and Somalia itself, to sit down and maybe look for another strategy. The one which is now there is not working because the Al-Shabaab now are using guerrilla tactics with success, with a lot of success. They are attacking now army barracks.
Why an entire camp was overrun during the Friday dawn attack and why it took long for other AMISOM forces to respond has raised questions.
The European Union has been contributed. Every year you hear Somalia has received aid to the tune of $200 million, million pounds or euros. And that money goes directly to the African Union troops. It does not sit down to the national army. And therefore what you have here is a situation of lack of cooperation between the two armies which are there, the national army and the foreign armies which are there.
For now, the exact number of KDF soldiers killed remains unknown. Dennis Onsarigo, KTN Prime.